But look, well, there were two beginnings, one. Two beginnings, one. So we're doing two beginnings first. I like this order better because I'm going to do the Gospel of Thomas next, like the next video. Not next, but the next video. And I'm going to have to do that in like 3 parts, maybe 4 parts, because that's the mother gospel of the Gnostic Gospels, is the Gospel of Thomas. There's nothing missing. There's no brackets. It's all there. Okay? And the Gospel of Philip is also just as great as Thomas. But Thomas is like the main one. Like, the first thing Thomas says is, these are the secret sayings of the living Jesus that Didymus Thomas wrote down, saying that the living Jesus Christ, these are his words. Anyways, that's next. Okay, let's get with this here. First I got to explain to you the Da Vinci Code. The reason why I got to explain to you the Da Vinci Code, you can learn more about this in the video, the Gospel of Mary Magdalene. The Gospel of Mary Magdalene, because that has to do with the Da Vinci Code. Here's what the Da Vinci Code really is, okay? Okay, here's what happened. The Vatican let Dan Brown go in and see the Gnostic Scriptures. The Vatican has all the Gnostic Scriptures intact in their Vatican vaults, okay? Now, what happened was Mary Magdalene went to Egypt. Then a little servant girl named Sarah was a dark-complected girl, darker than Mary Magdalene. They wouldn't have said she was dark if she wasn't darker than Mary Magdalene, because she's not Mary Magdalene's daughter, okay? She was a servant girl named Sarah. They went to France from Egypt, okay? Then in France, Mary Magdalene taught the Cathar. And then they say the Cathar sprung up in the 15th century. No, they didn't. The only way you could be a Gnostic is if you learn the knowledge from Christ, okay? And so Mary Magdalene taught them. And so this is a fact that proves that the Gnostics were the first the Gnostics were the first Christians. The first Christians were the Gnostic Christians. They were killed by the proto-Orthodox Christians. Roman Catholic, Inquisition, them, okay? All right. Now, if we're Gnostics and we have the will to know, we pay attention, okay, and we are aware. If the Knights Templar went to Jerusalem, to the temple, to find the Gnostic Scriptures where Mary Magdalene told the Cathar they were hidden and gave them a map, then the nine Knights Templar went to Jerusalem, got the Gnostic Scriptures, they translated them. You know, they made copies of them too. Then they went to the Vatican and said, hey, you guys are lying about everything. This religion is nothing but a lie. I got these Gnostic Scriptures, the words of Christ. This is the truth here. Okay? So then the Vatican gives them a hoard of money, probably $1 million, and says, shh, we'll pay you this money for those and let us put them in the vaults. Okay, so the Knights Templar did that, sold it to them, they put them in the vaults. So they got them intact. Okay? When the Nag Hammadi Library happened, when they unearthed the Gnostic Scriptures in 1954, they messed them up. Now we know. We were never supposed to know. We were only supposed to believe. Okay? But now we know. Now we know now. Okay? And so that's what happened. So you know that the Knights Templar, who became the Freemasons, who became the secret societies, you know they got copies of it. So all the heads of religions, the 3 great ones, they know about the Gnostic Scriptures. They know about Christ. All the heads of the secret societies, they know. And the heads of government, no. Okay? But government is really underneath. It's the heads of the secret societies what's telling government what to do. And science is also the belief system. Science, notice how right now they're just talking about stuff saying, science is proving the Bible. Science is proving the facts in the Bible. Science is proving... The Bible is belief. And so is science, belief. Because theory is belief. That's why they go together. But they make it look like they're against each other. But they're really together. Same thing with Republicans and Democrats. They're really Republicrats. Republicrats. Just doing what they're told. Just making it look like it's them. Nah. It's a higher shadow government, secret societies, was telling everybody what to do. All right, so the Da Vinci Code is this. The reason why Da Vinci painted Mary Magdalene in the place of John was because he's showing you and showing that everything that's in the Bible that's labeled John, that's authored John, are actual Gospels of Mary Magdalene that have been altered. Okay? This has been altered. Alright? So now I'm going to show you how it's supposed to go. So here we go now. Okay. I'm going to start off like the Bible is, the beginning of the Bible, to show you what they want you to believe, okay? But then you're going to know, because I'm going to have you know, get you out of the belief bullshit so that you know, okay? Here's what they want you to believe, all right? Over here. There were two beginnings, okay? John, which is actually a Gospel of Mary Magdalene that's been altered, called John, because John was not the beloved disciple. Mary Magdalene was. Christ was not gay. Alright? Okay. This the beginning of the pleroma is John. Okay. Genesis is the beginning of the universe. Two beginnings. The very beginning, the beginning of hell, of the universe. They came from the pleroma. Okay? So here's how it goes. Here's what they say. Watch. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth proved to be formless and waste, and there was darkness upon the surface of the watery deep. And God's active force was moving to and fro over the surface of the waters. Okay? That's the beginning of Genesis. You see this bracket right here? And this bracket right here? That shows you that this is an original text. Alright? It's altered, but it's an original altered text. No. This is not altered. This is the Old Testament. That's altered. The Old Testament is not altered. Not yet, until they do the King James Version, or the Gideon's, or the New World Translation. Those Bibles are altered. This is the original Torah. The Jehovah's Witness Bible is what I have here, a Jehovah's Witness Bible. They're so into Jehovah, his name Jehovah, that they have to have the original. So this is actually the Torah of the Jews. This is the Torah. And they call it the Old Testament. That hasn't been altered. Okay? And when there's brackets, you know it hasn't been altered, because there was even stuff missing in the old Bible, where brackets show you what parts are missing. So they put in what they want. They put in the true God in other Bibles. Not true. First. The first God. Okay? Now what? But here it doesn't, we're not saying God, it's just saying in the beginning. In the, see the brackets? In the material beginning. Universe material. In the material beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Look how ignorant this is, how ridiculous this is. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The heavens and the earth? What about the planets and the stars? Because see, if I went on reading this, God created two luminaries, one to guide the day and one to guide the night. Luminaries? Luminous? Illuminatis? Luminous? Something that glows through something? The sky was covered with clouds always, because he says all in there also, he says, I make a firmament with the waters below the firmament and above the firmament. The waters above the firmament. The firmament is the air. The atmosphere under the clouds. The air under the clouds where the birds are flying. The birds flying in the heavens, right? One of the heavens. He calls different heavens. Whatever. Wow. The clouds were around the earth all the time. We could not see the stars or the planets. That's why he's saying, I created the heavens and the earth. Right here. Created the heavens and the earth. That's all he wants us to know. He wants us to believe some bullshit. Okay? So, we can't see the stars or the planets or nothing. Two luminaries, one to guide the day, one to guide the night. Then later, he floods the earth and brings down one third of that water that's on the ground now was up there. Brings it all down and floods the whole earth. And then it slowly seeps into cracks and settles, and then land. Then we can see land again. That would happen. Okay. I shall make a rainbow. Give you a sign, the rainbow, that I'll never flood the world again. Look, man. The rainbow can only be seen when the sun's shining. After the rain, during the rain. The water and the sunlight that makes the rainbow. Okay? So, he didn't make the sign. He didn't give us a sign. It happens like that when the sun's shining. Okay? And then, he can't flood the world again, earth again. He can't flood it. What's he going? He can't make the water go all back up. It's just done. Okay? So, see how ridiculous? Okay, and then it goes. Now the earth proved to be formless and waste, and there was darkness upon the surface of the watery deep. Darkness. The whole universe is darkness. It's still darkness. If it weren't for the stars and the suns, the sun and the stars, there would be no light here. And why is there light here? Because something's burning up on fire. That's what false light I call it. Because when it burns up, it burns out. No more light, false light. Okay? So, darkness upon the watery deep. Okay. And God's active force was moving to and fro over the surface of the waters. Active force, is it what are we supposed to believe? Because religion wants us to believe that God's the top dog, the top God, top dog. Oh, dog God. Okay, yeah, he's the top one, above everything, and he says that. I am the one and only God. I am the one and only. I am in need of nothing, and thou shalt have no other gods before me. He's the one and only God, but then he says, yeah, there's other gods. Don't put them before him. He was retarded, I think. Anyways, so if he's the one and only great, then who's this active force moving to and fro above the waters? I said it in the last video, because it's in the secret book of John. Okay, it's Sophia moving to and fro, going, oh, I messed up, darn it. That's Sophia, the active force, Eon Wisdom. She's the Eon Wisdom. She's the one that made the mistake to bring God forth. Okay, see the bogusness here? Bogus. In the beginning. In the material beginning. Okay? Now we go over here to John. The long John. There's the first of John, the second of John, the third of John. But then there's the long John that's before these three. This is the long John. Here's another beginning. Later on. But actually this is the beginning before this. And here's what it says. In the beginning. Notice it got brackets there too. In the very beginning. The Word was and what? And in the beginning the Word was. Okay? And the Word was with man. They have it saying God. Okay? Remember, this is a Mary Magdalene gospel that's been altered. I'm putting it the way it's supposed to be. In the beginning, the Word was, and the Word was with man. Man is the name of the Holy Spirit. She's the only one that says at the baptism, this is my son who I am approved. She came down as a dove, as a dove. It didn't say she was a dove, as a dove. A dove is like the same shape as a 5-pointed star. The 2 points of the wings down there, of the tail wings, and the 2 points of these wings, and the top of the head, that's a 5-pointed star. This right here, the dove. She came down as a dove. Okay? This is my son of whom I am approved. She is saying that's her son. But God never says he has an only begotten son anywhere in the Old Testament. Only in the New Testament. Okay? I'll show you something a little bit about that. So look, when you fix it, her name's man. In the beginning, the Word was, and the Word was. The Word was, and the Word was with man. And the Word was a man. There were no gods in the eternal realm. There were no gods in the pleroma. A god is an archon ruler. That's what a god was. There ain't no more gods. There ain't no more archons. So people saying God, 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 and looking up there, ain't nothing gonna happen. Nothing happens because God is nothing. He made this nothing universe. Space, darkness is nothing. That's why in the secret book of John, when the Father says he knows his spaces and he fills his spaces. Within these bodies is space. When the Father lights it up and fills it with light and fills the spaces, we become whole, we become full. That's what's up. Okay? So, anyway, so, now what? Let me show you something. Contradiction. Okay? What? This one was in the very beginning with man. All things came into existence through him, through the Word, through Christ. In the beginning, God created the heavens and... What? All things came into existence through Christ, not God. This is what it says. But they got God right here. They put God there, they put God there. But over here, it's the Christ that everything comes into existence. Showing you how there's lying. They're altering. It don't say anything about Christ over here. Or the Holy Spirit. But man is the Holy Spirit. Because look. The Father Holy is the circle. That's eternity. Eternity is this. The circle. Eternity is the Father Holy, the divine source, superconscious mind that has always existed. He is existence, period. He never had a beginning and there was never an end. He was just always there, eternally, now. Now is without time. Where is it? Now, eternal now, okay? So look, so there he is, and then there's no time when it happened because time don't happen. There's no time in the now. He had a thought, his first thought. That thought is infinity. This plus symbol, positive, all Christ crystal, all positive, Christ symbol with 5 points, the Holy Spirit 5 points. That's infinity. Okay? This plus symbol is the same as the 5-pointed star. They're the symbols. The symbols are the same. They're relative. There's 5 points to the plus symbol. There's 5 points on the 5-pointed star. Then the Native Americans, which are really the First Nation people, that people call Native Americans, but anybody born in America is a native. I don't care what race you are. If you're born here, you're a native. So they're not the Native Americans, the First Nation people. Okay, what they call Indians. Right. They use this symbol right here. Infinity of the Great Spirit. That's what they always said, the Great Spirit. See, here's what the Indians used to do, because they were with nature, right? They would open their hands and pray to the Great Spirit, Wakantanka, or what, the Great Spirit. Now, and the reason why they look up like this is that there's no lie between the truth and them, the Great Spirit, and they open themselves up to it. Now, people would say to the universe, but the black hole in the galaxy is the way to the pleroma. The Indians didn't, the First Nation people didn't know that, but they're still opening up, right, to connect with the Holy Spirit, the Great Spirit, right? And they would pray like that. Then religion came with their diseases, wiping the Indians out with disease, and then pushing religion on them, and they made them close their hands together. They made them bow their head, and they made them call that man over there who's a priest, Father. And in the Bible it says, do not call any man Father except your Father in heaven. But then why do the Catholics make you call Father John, Father Bob, Father Joe, Father... Okay, right. That was a little extra. I wasn't going to do that. Okay, and then one of my boxer guys seen something. He said, yeah, coach, that infinity thing is the same thing that's on a snail. So I'm like, okay, a snail, yeah, that's true. And the snails don't hurt anyone. Snails are nice. They don't do any harm. Thanks. That was good. That was some good Gnosis. All right. So, okay. Here is infinity. So now I'm going to show you something which I have shown you before. All right. I've shown you this before. The plus symbol is eternity, infinity. If you morph the X with the O, you get an 8. There's the cross, which is not a crucifix. There's the cross and the circle morphed into an 8. Now it's continuous, eternal, and infinite together. See, infinity had a beginning, but it never has an end. It keeps going. So when you connect infinity with eternity, you get this 8. They turn it sideways in the dictionary, it says eternity, infinity. Stuff comes out of us like this, and we don't even know it. But then, when you're in the know, you can see it and find it. All right. So, in the beginning, the Word was, and the Word was with man. Man is infinity. Man's the Holy Spirit. The first thought that came from the Father. Thought, the image of the invisible Father, is the Holy Spirit. She's the first to come forth. So she's the beginning of everything. That's why I call the Holy Spirit everything. Because everything came from her. It says that this one was in the very beginning with man. All things came into existence through him, the Word Christ. But if man, the Holy Spirit, infinity didn't come to be first, then the Christ couldn't come to be. Because there's some more here I'll read. I'll show you. There's some more here. It goes, after this part here, through him, right? It says, what has come into existence by means of him was life. And the life was the light of man. The light of man! That's there. Look. Let me find it exactly. Okay. It don't say man. It says men. But it's the same thing. Men are female and male men who are man. Right there. All right. By means of him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light is shining in the darkness, but the darkness has not overpowered it. It's talking about the darkness. The light is in the darkness. We're the light. We're the now that came trapped here when this came from this because of this. Light went trapped here. We're that light trapped in this darkness. This place is hell. It came from here. This is the second beginning. The beginning of time and material. The beginning of hell. This universe. Right? This negative place. I've showed you this before. I'll show you again. Look. Universe. One line. One. Verse line. A verse is a line. One line. This, the opposite of that. This is positive. This is what a one line is. Beginning and end. I am the Alpha and the Omega. I am the beginning and the end. God had a beginning and then he had an end because Christ got rid of him. And this universe is going to have is ending too. And the children, the power of his great-grandchildren, what they're doing to us right now, in these days, what they're doing to us left in this time, what they're doing to us, they're going to end. Everything that had to do with God, his descendants, this material existence, all this bullshit is ending. They're desperate. They couldn't make a war, so they got to make a lie. All right. So, okay. Now I'm going to show you the powers. The powers, there's 5 powers, and you turn around, they're opposite of the 5 powers of the material universe. The greatest powers of this place and that place that are opposite. Okay? The eternal realm, the pleroma, is the now. It's now. Eternal is now. Okay? And I showed you now how now is the Trinity, the same as man. I showed you that in other videos. Okay? Eternal. The pleroma is eternal. This place has time in it. Beginning and end. Alpha and Omega. Time. Also, the eternal realm is mind. Limitless eternal mind, which is invisible. Mind is invisible. Okay? What came from that is material. Brain is material. The mind thinks, the mind works, and the brain's a computer that runs the machine. The mind is you at the computer, your brain, that runs the machine, your body. Okay? Material is the opposite of mind. That's what this universe is. Time, this universe is material, this universe is sound. The eternal realm, opposite of that is silence, which is the sound of silence, which I explained to you that in another video also. What you just say in your mind, I can hear the sound of silence. I said it in there and I heard it in there. That's the sound of silence. In the pleroma, we talk like that over there. There's no material. There's no need. There's no want. There's no nothing that sucks. It's eternal realm. It's eternal life. Okay, over here, darkness, which was darkness. This place is darkness without the stars, and it's all crap because they're gonna burn out. And we know that whatever's on fire is lit up. When it burns out, it burns up. It burns out. The sun is a giant solid ball. Science might tell you that it's on fire inside, that there's a burning core. Bullshit! There's burning core in the earth. But it's not burning up. It's just hot, and it's there, and it's covered with the crust of the plates that move around. So it's not gonna burn up. It's there. It's just hot. Okay? But the sun can't be like that. It would explode. It's only on fire on the outside. It's fuel that continues to burn. So how can it all be lit up and it burn out? We're not idiots. We don't got to go to college and get a degree to know. Just common sense. It has to only be on fire on the outside. And the fuel is burning. And it continues to burn and burn and burn and burn. This makes sense. That's why it's still there burning for millions of years. It can't be on fire, the whole thing. Anyway, come on, I ain't stupid. You tell a little kid a lie, that little kid looks at you. The kid knows you're lying. Like Santa Claus, he knows you're lying. I told you about that. But he's going to believe in Santa Claus and go along with it because he's going to get presents. Okay, anyway. All right. Darkness is here. Light is the opposite of darkness. This light is the same as mind. Limitless eternal mind is the light. We get filled with more mind, and then we connect with the limitless light of the Father. The inner mind is the light that's perfect. The Father mind within you that you use when you connect and go in. But there's more light, limitless light of the Father. When you connect with that, you're in union with the limitless light. Not all the light. Limitless light is greater than all. Alright? So, that's what that is. And darkness is opposite of that. Then, over here, things die. Everything dies. Things die. There's no death in the eternal realm. Only life. And everything's eternal. Eternal life, eternal light, eternal silence, eternal mind. It's all eternal. Over here is not eternal. And this place is not infinite either. This place is going to end. This place is Alpha and Omega. Negative symbol. Universe. All right. Okay. So I went through that. Okay, now let me show you. Let me go over here. Let me show you some more about this. This Gospel of Mary Magdalene, which they call John in the Bible. Let me find some stuff here. Okay. See, I put it back. Everywhere you see those little crosses where it says God, I put a cross there, and it means man. And it's all fixed up, and it makes sense. Okay? What's this one? Let's see here. Okay, this one right here. This is John 1, the first chapter, 18. 8. How could it be 18? Is it? Yeah, it is 18. Okay, 1:18. It says, no man has seen, it says God, but I put a cross there. No man has seen man. Or Father Holy, because he's invisible. How the heck can you see invisible? No man has seen Father Holy at any time. The only begotten Son, who is in the bosom position with the Father. The one that has explained her. Okay? I put her. I changed it to her. He's in the bosom position with the Father. That's the Holy Spirit. Man. Okay? They in the other Bibles take that stuff out and alter it. Change it. Okay. Now here, this part is where, this is John 2, 2:13, in the same long Gospel of John, this one, right? This is the one, this is where it says, now the Passover of the Jews was near, and Jesus went to Jerusalem. This is the one about where he went and there was people doing business, right? They're doing their own business, trying to live their own life, be who they are. And then Jesus goes and starts throwing their tables over and throwing their money changers and kicking the table. They're saying that Christ did this. Nowhere in the Gnostic scriptures does it say Christ went and did that. But in the Bible, they're saying he did that. That the businessmen and people, they're bad. That, you know why they did this crap? Put this bullshit in here? Here's what I wrote. Added lies so that you will not do your own business and prosper. The Christ knowledge, the Christ power, the Christ knowledge, the real true Gnostic stuff, Christ, is for us to be who we are and prosper and succeed. We are children. I am a child. I'm going to be an astronaut, and I go fly around, and I'm going to, by the time he's 18, getting ready to go to college, I've done this before. I showed you this before. So you know what I'm talking about. This is for new people. But that's why they put this bogus stuff in here. You got to pay attention why stuff is in here like this. Why is there so much contradiction? Because it's bullshit. Contradiction bullshit. Okay? All the New Testament scriptures are altered, taken from the Gnostic scriptures, the original words of Christ. Okay? Let's go some more over here. Oh, here. This is 3:16. For God loved the world so much that he gave his only begotten Son. Like I said, nowhere in the Bible, the Old Testament, does God ever say he has an only begotten Son. But in Genesis chapter 6, and the sons of God took the daughters of men, as many as they chose, wives for themselves. And then born from them was the Nephilim giants. And then God flooded the world because of what his grandchildren did, the horrible crap they did all over the earth. We got to figure it out, and it's got to make sense, all right? So, when it says that, right? Watch this. God so loved the world. Contradiction. I showed this already. I want to show it again. We go to John, the 1st of John. That's 3. Come on. That's the 2nd. Come on. The world messing with me. Okay. The 1st of John. We go over here. Which one is it? Let's see. Where is it? Where are you? Okay. Okay. Come on, where are you? Oh, I'm having troubles. I'm trying not to let the world mess with me. The world don't like me doing this. Come on. There it is. 15. It's John, the 1st of John, not the long one not that one, the 1st of John of the 3 short ones. It's 2:18. 2:18 says, no, 2:15. 2:15 says, do not be loving either the world or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For God loved the world so much that he gave his only begotten Son. Now you see what I'm showing you. This is major bullshit. God didn't have the love of the Father within him, because he was the devil. It's right here in their book. Religious believers get pissed off. I show them and the facts in there. Look it. You believe this, but look what it says. Oh, what that means is, they always say, what that means is, it means what it says. All right, let's see here. Let me go somewhere else. Some more. I'm showing you how this gospel's altered was Mary Magdalene. Gospel by Mary Magdalene, not John. Okay, let me go over here instead to the meat. Let's go over here to the meat. Carnia, meat. Incarnation, reincarnation, to come back into the meat, the carnia. Religion, all these seers. I've watched movies. You know that movie 300? You must praise the carnia, the meat. Bullshit. Okay, over here. This is the Long John, this one, 1925. Now remember, all different Bibles, they alter and change it around. This is the Torah, right? No. These are the original altered scriptures that they altered in 300 years after the crucifixion. At the Council of Nicaea, King Constantine ordered this to be. And they chose what was going to go in the Bible, but they didn't just choose. They altered too. They altered like crazy. Okay? So, right here, it says at 25, by the torture state of Jesus, however, there were standing his mother and his sister of his mother, Mary, the wife of Cleopas, and Mary Magdalene. 3. Okay? Then it goes, therefore, seeing him, his mother, the disciple whom he loved, standing by, said to his mother, woman, see your son? Next he said to the disciple, see your mother? And from that hour on, the disciple took her to her own house. I said her own house. It says his. Because contradiction. They're saying that that's John. They're saying they just named 3 people that were there. 3 Marys. And in the Gospel of Philip it says there were 3 who walked with Christ. That were Mary. There were 3 who walked with Christ. His mother, his sister, and his lover. They are all 3 a Mary. Mary his mother, Mary his sister, and Mary Magdalene. And right here is saying that there was 3 Marys there. They're not saying John was there, but then how come it's saying the disciple who Jesus loved was standing there? John wasn't there. He ran too like everyone that were going to kill him. He's scared. Mary Magdalene wasn't scared. He was fearless. She's the beloved disciple that was there. The 3 that were there. John wasn't there. That's the beloved disciple. Mary Magdalene. You get it? She's there watching her son Yaldabaoth being crucified. That's her son Yaldabaoth, because Mary Magdalene is Sophia. All right? Look, if you have questions, all right, you have questions about stuff, this stuff, now, there are like over 34, 35 videos now on this channel that have every answer to every question you got. So much knowledge is out now in all these videos. Somebody asks me a question, but what about, I say, go to that video. I don't have to give them the answer. Sometimes I give the answer, you know, I give it. But most of the time I say, just go to this video and see what it says. So you go to the channel, any question you got, look at the titles of the videos, and it's going to, all the answers are right there now. It's easy to just look and see it. I've given up so much knowledge. All right? I ain't going to stop. I can't. I don't know how. What am I? I'm an extremist. Limitless. I only know limitless. I keep going. I don't know how to stop. And this Gnostic knowledge is like a spider web. It's like everywhere. When you start coming into it, I have to get good at staying on track because it pulls me here. It's all connected, man. Just like, and now all the videos are connected. One says this about that, we'll tell you this about this, we'll tell you this. It's just like the Gnostic scriptures here. The Gnostic scriptures. And remember to get this book if you want to read the Gnostic scriptures. Read this book first. You don't have to buy this book so expensive. You could get it for $6 as an ebook off Amazon. $6. You got the ebook. Read that so you can have an understanding of this. Whenever you read this, I showed you before, like the Gospel of Truth. This is the preface. What the guy who translated, who did the book, he's telling you what he thinks this means. He hasn't a freaking clue. That's why all the brackets are still here. These ones have the brackets in it like this. So you can know. There's no bullshit. See? Now, the book called The Gnostic Bible by Marvin Meyer is all bogus bullshit. Do not read from that book or you will know nothing. And you will be deceived again, just like the New Testament is deceiving you. That Gnostic Bible by Marvin Meyer will deceive you. It's baloney. You want to look at that and compare it to this, and you'll see that he's making baloney religion bullshit out of it. Okay? So, do not read this. When you read these Gnostic scriptures, start from the beginning of the Gnostic scripture where Christ is talking and only listen to Christ. And then you'll learn how to go in and only listen to Christ. Outside is bullshit. Go in first and it shows you where to go outside. You go outside first. Alright? So there's that about that. Let me get over here now. Back. So here I showed you that. Now we're going to go here. At the end of this, there's the end of it. Okay. Now see what I do? See? Well, I'm going to show you something. I'm just going to show you. See how I change things around everywhere. I fix it. I see how everywhere you go in this Bible, what I went through in the New Testament, I change. I fix it the way it's supposed to go. Right? So, I'm going to read this part here. Let's see, which is this? Okay, I'm going to show you. Peter is the traitor. Peter denied Christ 3 times before the cock crowed. What that is, religion left it in because religion's stupid. Now we can know and see their stupidity. What that is, the 3 great denials, is the 3 great religions that worship the same God but kill each other over his name. Islam, Judaism, Christianity. Almighty Christianity, Jehovah, Judaism, Islam, Allah. It's the same God, but they kill each other over his name. Is this ridiculous or what? This is religion. Okay, all right. Now look, Peter's a traitor, not Judas. Judas was one to point out the Lamb of God so they could get rid of him. That's what Judas was for. Judas was tighter with Christ than the other ones, and especially Mary Magdalene. Okay, Judas knew more than anyone else. Okay, now here's Peter with the first pope. Yeah, he's the one. Peter's the bad guy, man. Watch. When now they had breakfast, Jesus said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these? He said to him, yes, Lord, you know I have affection for you. He said to him, feed my lambs. Again he said to him a second time, Simon, son of John, do you love me? He said to him, yes, Lord, you know I have affection for you. He said to him, shepherd my little sheep. He said to him the third time, Simon, son of John, do you have affection for me? Peter became grieved that he said to him the third time, do you have affection for me? So he said to him, Lord, you know all things. You are aware that I have affection for you. Jesus said to him, feed my little sheep. Most truly I say to you, when you were younger, you used to grind yourself and gird yourself and walk about where you wanted. But when you grow old, you will stretch out your hands, and another man, and that's in brackets, will gird you. It might say human. Another human, it's in brackets, will gird you and bear you where you do not wish. This is he said to signify by what sort of death he would glorify God. It says glorify God. Whatever. But right there, those are the three great religions about Peter. Said again here, different from before the cock crows, but it's said again here. Now here's the end of this gospel. See? That was here. I didn't tell you where that was. Okay, that was 15. That was 1915. Oh, the first this gospel here. 1915. Okay. Oh, you don't need the magnify. You don't need that. They don't need this shit. Y'all can see. All right. See what I do? So now I'm going to read you the very end part, the last part. About Mary Magdalene. Okay, now watch. This is 20. So this is the end part of 1920. 1920. Okay. Upon turning about, Peter, the bad guy Peter, the asshole, Peter saw the disciple whom Jesus used to love. Wait a minute. Doesn't that sound stupid? Peter turned and saw the disciple that Jesus used to love. Why would Jesus stop loving? Christ loves all of us. He no used to love. But why did they say that? Ridiculous, right? Peter saw the disciple whom Jesus used to love, following the one who at the evening meal had also leaned back upon his breast and said, Lord, who is the one who will betray you? Look, this is not, Christ wasn't gay. John didn't do this. It was Mary Magdalene. Christ is kicking back. They recline when they eat. So the painting of the Last Supper is wrong because that's European. And he's got them all looking like Europeans. They didn't look like that. And they reclined and laid down reclining, okay? So Mary Magdalene's leaning her head upon his chest. That sounds like two lovers. Who's the one who will betray you? And he says it's the one who will dip in the cup at the same time I do. But notice how they don't ever say who dipped the bread in the cup with Jesus in the Bible. It just says religion. Such bullshit. Okay, so that's Mary Magdalene. I'll read it again. Upon turning about, Peter saw the disciple whom Jesus used to love, following, the one who at the evening meal had also leaned back upon his breast and said, Lord, who is the one who will betray you? Who is the one betraying you? Accordingly, when he caught sight of her, I changed it to her because it says him, of her, because they want you to think that that's John. Her, Peter said to Jesus, Lord, what will this man do? That's in brackets. What will this man do? That's in brackets. What will this woman do? See? You don't got to believe me. I will have you know. Right there. In brackets, what will this man do? You see, I put woman there. That's why the bracket, see? You see from within. What will this woman do? Jesus said to him, if it is my will for her, I put her, to remain until I come, of what concern is that to you? You continue following me. In consequence, this saying went out among the brothers that the disciple would not die, because she did it. However, Jesus did not say to him, then they try to alter it here. Jesus did not say to him that she would not die. But if it is my will for her to remain until I come, of what concern is that to you? None of your business, Christ is saying. He told her things he didn't tell them. She was one of us. They were not. They weren't. Christ kind of had them to get rid of the gods. I explained that in other videos. Okay? So, goes like this. Okay. Okay. This is the disciple that bears witness about these things, and that wrote these things, and we know that the witness she gives is true. There are, in fact, many other things also which Jesus did, which, if ever they were written in full detail, I suppose the world itself could not contain the scrolls written. So I change it and I go, the world itself could not understand the scrolls written. All right. So, that's pretty much. Let me see. Yeah, okay, we got it. We did everything. We got everything. All right. So now you know, okay? Now you know, if you're going to study the Gnostic Scriptures, to get this book, okay? And this book helps you to know, to have an understanding of the Gnostic Scriptures. Not the other way around. Somebody put a comment. There's a comment in Amazon. Somebody put a comment and says, Mark Cordova is giving very good insight. Well, it's saying something like that. But you could read the Gnostic Scriptures first. Because he's saying, if what he's saying is coming out of the Gnostic Scriptures. If you read the Gnostic Scripture first, you're not even going to know what it's talking about. This book helps you to understand. Then you're able to read the Gnostic Scriptures and know what they mean after you read this. That's why I wrote this. So you can have an understanding. Okay? It's simple and it's easy language. Just look at the comments and just listen. This brings you in the know. This brings you in the now. That's the solar system of 13 calendar. There's just in the channel, look for it. You'll see about it, what it is. This ain't a video about that right now. This it's about this. So, and then, if you're going to read in the Bible to see the bullshit, the bullshit, get a Jehovah Witness Bible, because they got the brackets in here. All the brackets are here. See? That lets you know this is original. Okay? You want original. You want altered stuff. So you're misled? Alright. There were two beginnings. The very beginning, the pleroma beginning, and the beginning of hell, this universe, time and material, the Alpha Omega, this place. This happened first. And we were all there, living there. All of us were living here happy, real. It was great. Then Sophia messed up, made a mistake, not knowing what would happen, brought this material universe forth, not knowing what would happen. She engendered ignorance, because there's no ignorance over here. Ignorance is over here. So then ignorance happened, and ignorance was born, and ignorance was God, and God, I am the Almighty. I am the one and only God. This is my realm. It's mine. Yaldabaoth, move from here to there. That's what Sophia, Yaldabaoth. Now he's jealous because now he knows there's somebody greater than him. And she's going, oh no, I screwed up. Okay? So, then this came to be. So this is the second beginning. The second beginning of the universe, which is hell, time and material. This is the very beginning. Infinity is the very beginning. The first to come from eternity. Alright. I think we got it. We're all good to go. Alright. Peace. And make the two in one.